Good afternoon, you guys. I'm here to do a video that was inspired by a play I seen last night called Unavailable. And to be honest, when I bought tickets to the play, I didn't know what the play was about. I was blindsided. So, um, as soon as I sat down, I asked the person that accompanied me, like, "What's the play about?" It was like domestic violence. Like, oh, okay, interesting. Um, I did grow up in a house where domestic violence was an issue. My parents worked it out. This year be 28 years for them. They still married. So there's a way to overcome it. My mom was a praying mother. But that's not my testimony. I'm going to leave my mother to tell hers one day if she ever decides to tell her story. But I'm going to tell mine. My first incident of domestic violence, I was dating my high school sweetheart, and we fought every day. It felt like it was the most natural thing to do. Teenagers with a bunch of hormones. I never did think that, it was wrong. I thought that's what we do when we argue, we fight. Thought it was just second nature, But needless to say, it took one time. Granted, it was one incident I never forget. I was wrong. I'm not gonna put all the blame on him, not by far. I was mad at him for whatever reason I don't remember. And while he was driving, I lifted up my leg and kicked him dead in the face. He pulled over to the stop sign and beat the brakes off of me. And later on that evening, like, he tried to kill us. He tried to swerve the car so it hit the light pole, and by the grace of God, he didn't hit the light pole or whatever. And I should have known to leave him alone then. I didn't. Continued dating him, and my car had got spray painted, and I went looking for him, found him, and when I caught up with him, I got beat bad, like so bad. I got left in the mall parking lot, and I could barely see. My eyes were both blackened and everything. Probably y'all went to a couple that y'all that went to high school with me probably remember this. I couldn't see. And thank God that I had a phone where I could speak to dial the person. So I called my sister, and I knew his schedule so well that I knew once he left the mall, he was going to the movies. And I told her, like, look, you need to meet such and such at the movies or whatever, because he blacked my eyes. So we went there, whatever, and needless to say, the police break up everything. Bygones been bygones. But I had to go home. And only thing I could think about is my dad is going to kill me because, first of all, my car is spray painted, and it was a custom built car that my dad put blood, sweat, tears to build. And the second thing is the fact that I got black eyes. Like, my dad's about to go kill this dude. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So when I walk through the door, I'm begging and pleading, like, Dad, don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything crazy. And I'm praying to God, like, God, please don't let my dad go to jail. Like, I don't want to, witness my father behind bars or anything like that. And my dad leaves out the house, and I'm just like, God, like, you're not helping. Like, you have to do something. I can't let my dad go to jail for something that was my fault. So, needs to say 10 minutes later, my dad comes back like, oh, God, thank you, Jesus, or whatever. And he blocked his number, so I couldn't call him from my phone anymore or whatever. And he was like, that's it, you will not see him anymore. And he was like, patient, I know this is not the first time. Like, it never is like this bad on the first time. Like, it's graduated. And I was like, that's true. So needless to say, my dad, the next day, he taught me a very valuable lesson. He took me to BI-LO. It just so happened, like, everybody from the church was at BI-LO this day. We stood there for 2 hours in the front freaking door, and he made me learn my lesson. Like, you see how crazy you feel by people staring at you? Like, you shouldn't let a man hit you. So, from there, I was like, I never take a fight with another guy again. So years passed, I'm dating Eric or whatever, and no one knew, like, this probably my first time coming out about it publicly, that Eric hit me. I was in this relationship with this older guy, and I mean, my head was so far up his behind, it wasn't even funny. But I was pregnant with this guy's kid, and he wanted me to have an abortion. I didn't want to have an abortion. I didn't believe in it or whatever. And next thing you know, I was checking him because I was like, Eric, you're cheating on me. Why am I deserving all of this or whatever? All I remember was a 2.5 weight that goes on like the arm curls coming across my face. Like, dude just knocked me slap cold out with one of those, whatever. And I'm in and out of it or whatever. I mean, he picked me up, banging my head against the wall. I mean, kicking me, punching me in my face and everything. And I was like, I'm not going to fight you back. And I kept telling him I'm not going to fight you back. He still hit me. So I was like, I was so sore I could barely move. So, you know, I made my way to the bathroom to run somewhere in the tub so I could sit and soak. And usually I don't grab my phone or whatever because I had nothing to hide from him. But this time I grabbed my phone and I attempted to try to dial 911 from the bathtub. It didn't work because he came in there and, you know, he was like, who you call? You better not call the police on me or whatever. And so I did not see Marion for 3 days, and my parents didn't know where I was at or whatever, what was going on, because he dang near had me in fear, like I can't do anything. I mean, I couldn't even try to go home because my dad's going to see my face. I mean, there was nothing really I could do at that point besides sit and wallow in the BS that I was in. Thank God for a deployment that separated it, and it was easy to come back stronger and leave that situation. And the last time I got hit, my youngest, her child, you know, her father or whatever, and I was good and pregnant, like, you know, 4 months pregnant maybe. But I remember the last incident from him hitting me, like my legs was pinned behind my head. And like this dude did the elbow drop on me. I don't know what you call that in wrestling or whatever. Like he came and just dropped his elbow on me. I mean, and was tearing my ass up. And the sad part about that, his mother was in the other room, and not once did she tell him to stop. Not once did she call 911, or not once did this helper ask me, was I okay? And so I'm praying and crying out, like God, like you have got to get me out of this situation. I can't raise 2 kids by myself. I'm telling God what I can't do instead of asking God for him to help me. I'm just automatically just denying, like I cannot raise 2 kids by myself. I can't do it, God.